Starting.
We are live. Live. It's alive.
Motorcycle Podcasters Challenge 2019. This is now season 3 of the podcast. If you're following along, this will be episode 1 for season 3. And we have our wonderful, hardworking, underpaid, underappreciated admins. Johnny John, what's going on?
Not much, man. I'm ready to see this pump season 3. I hope everybody's excited for the 4th annual Motorcycle Podcast Challenge.
4th annual, yeah. Season 3 of the podcast, but 4th annual of the challenge.
Correct. You know, we've been slaving hard over the rules, trying to come up with how we're going to switch it, and we made some major changes, I feel.
Indeed.
All right. So
now off camera, you have a cohort.
Yeah, she's in my ears. You ready?
In your
Hello,
ears.
everybody.
It's Miss Natalie. What's going on?
I'm almost recovered from last year's challenge.
Almost?
Almost.
If we hadn't done this in May, you would have been fully recovered.
Maybe.
Nice.
Sweet.
All right, John, we have a lot to cover here tonight.
Right, yeah, what do you want to cover?
We have some rules changes. I want to give some reminders real quick, and then I think what we'll do is I'll give you the questions, and since I'm now technically a participant, I will let you and Natalie answer them. How's that?
Sounds awesome.
Awesome. All right, a couple of reminders real quick. So the rules were released on March 1st, as we said. Ooh, that was a lot of work.
It was, and you did a good job on that video.
Thank you.
And I know that you did that, and thank you for all your help on the rules and helping us out. I mean, we try to keep it separated, so we are on the up and up, so everybody realize that we are very conscientious about making sure we're not showing favoritism to Loud Pipes.
Yep. Yeah, and I run the podcast production and the live stream and stuff like that, but as far as the back end of calculation and rules and all that, that's John and Natalie. I don't have any access to that stuff, and I don't want it.
Correct.
All right, couple reminders. Our very long URL, motorcyclepodcasterschallenge.com, is the website. If you add to the end of that /rules, that will take you to the rules for 2019. We recommend that you read them, download it, print it, put it on your wall. And because of the changes this year, maybe read it a second time. What's that?
I do agree with that. And the other thing I will note is that we have versioned the file. So the current version is 1.2.
Yep, PDF form.
PDF format. So you have it. You can download it. We have the latest and greatest version out there.
Yes, sir. Now, if you take motorcyclepodcasterschallenge.com/rules-video, that will take you to a nice little video that breaks down the changes for this year, the submission process, one example, and then a read through of most of the rules towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
And one other reminder, once you're ready, and we don't have many signed up yet, motorcyclepodcasterschallenge.com/sign-up, SIGNUP, all one word. That will take you to the sign-up page with the, what do we call that? The release, liability release and waiver form, as well as your email address and your mailing address this year for post-challenge swag and things of that nature. And hey, maybe even the trophy if we have to ship it to you.
Correct. And I will say we have exactly 3 people that have signed up. 3.
Okay, good. So one quick reminder on that. Go ahead, Nat.
Who was the first?
The first one was Zion.
Go Zion.
Oh, nice.
So Zion, if everybody remembers, was last year's individual winner.
Yes, I'm calling shenanigans if any winners don't return.
Oh,
not shenanigans. It's just more like, yeah, come on.
Yeah,
it's a word I can't say in a family-friendly show. Starts with chicken and ends with something nasty.
All right, Richie.
I'm fired up.
You're fired up too, man. I got you fired up tonight, and you're all fired up. All right.
That's it for reminders. You want to clarify submission process?
Yes, submission process.
This is one I thought of just riding around looking for signs.
Okay.
When I was doing the video, I was thinking, okay, what is the submission process, and are there any limits to it?
All right. So the plan for this year is one submission per letter throughout. So it's,
Now
per
that's
week.
for let's break that down into two sides. So if I'm an individual participant, I can submit each letter for the week only one time.
Correct. One time.
Okay. And if you reject one,
If we reject one, we will let you resubmit it.
okay.
Is the plan.
If I miss one,
if you miss one, you are allowed to make it up in the following weeks. So if you miss one in week 1, you can make up that letter in week 2 or 3.
Okay.
Or you take the 75-point hit.
Okay.
So hopefully that clarifies your question.
It does.
Okay.
Now that's on the individuals. Now, how about the team? Who submits for the team?
So that is very interesting because there's really for a podcast host team, for the podcast team. So for you, Rich, if you sign up as the Loud Pipes host for weeks 1, 2, and 3,
That's me.
I should say week 1. Week 1, you don't have to submit any letters for your team. Week 2 and 3, you have to submit at least one letter.
And that is for
the Flash Challenge.
Eligibility for the Flash Challenge.
Correct. So that is how the team works. Now, to clarify on how team points work, it's going to take everybody that signs up for the team across the board. It can be 1, it could be 20.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever out of your group gets the lowest word value is what the team will be awarded.
So the podcast team doesn't really need to submit except for the one that's required to participate in the Flash Challenge.
Correct.
So I, as an individual rider, if I'm going to say I'm Zion.
Okay.
I can submit each letter only once unless it's rejected. Then we can submit another one.
Correct.
Or if I miss it, I may submit it in subsequent weeks.
Correct.
But then put my host hat on. If Zion did all the letters for the week and I didn't do any, then his 6 would be the score because he would be the only one submitting.
Correct.
And then extrapolate that. If it was Zion and let's say my little brother Kenny, you better ride for us, by the way. Says he was second to Zion. If he submits 6, Zion submits 6, then it's the best score of those 6 amongst those 2 riders.
Correct.
And I still don't need to submit anything.
You still don't, except week 2 and 3.
Oh man, I knew I liked this format.
So the format, Nally and I think thought of it during last year's challenge and more in the off season, as we'll call it, of how can we do it to give the listeners
more of a chance to help out their podcast team. Now, if like Girl on a Moto, they had how many people last year?
20.
So with 20 people, there really wasn't much they could do to help their actual podcast team. This way, all 20 people have the same chance of their letters being used for the podcast team.
Right. And it's just the best 6 of the entire group.
Yes.
Correct.
So that should help. When I did the video, I'm not sure if that came through, but I kind of put it out there first that the team size was unlimited and then tried to further explain the submission process, which listening back wasn't that clear. I'm clear on it now, but
so basically the best 6 out of the 20.
Yeah. The best 6 out of all the riders becomes the team score.
So if you took Girl on a Moto, if all the girls on a Moto did it, we're going to take the best 6 out of the 180 letters or words they submit.
So one more question I can think of there while we're on this topic. So let's say it's week 2.
Yep.
Kenny and Zion are the only 2 riders for Loud Pipes.
Okay.
I have to submit at least a letter for the week to be eligible for the Flash Challenge,
Mm-hmm.
does that letter have to be used to score? Or
No.
I just need to get one in?
You just got to get one.
Sweet Jesus.
So, I mean, it's more focus on the listeners and, listeners helping the team. How can that do it? And the post chat and thinking about it, how do we make it equal across the team? I mean, we were doing the 3, last year Bacon was by himself. I mean, he was kind of he was at a disadvantage against everybody else with 3 people.
Right.
So how do you equal it out? Averages? Okay, you take an average, but if one person, then that kind of favors the one person.
So the podcast, in a sense, now you really just need one person, and they're kind of like the team captain, for lack of a better term.
Cheerleader.
Team captain, someone to organize it. You still have to participate a little bit if you want to do the Flash Challenge, and if you want to do any bonuses or things like that, bragging rights, all that stuff still counts. But theoretically, you could have a team entirely of listeners, and the host don't necessarily need to ride at all.
Correct.
Or very little.
Correct.
I like that. And just me personally, I like that because, well, not traveling this year, but when I was traveling, it was a bit of a challenge to make sure that I had a bike and I had time to get out and ride and still do the shows and all that. So that's good. That's going to help, I think.
Yeah, it is. I think it's going to be, a little more excitement. And then the next big change, as we're talking about teams, is teams do not get mileage.
Right.
Mileage is only for the individual. So, and that negative points that we take off from the individual does not go to the team.
It only helps the individual score.
Only helps the individual. And if you look at the points on this, we up the point deductions. Everybody can get mileage points, and it's based off of the whole thing. So every week you don't have to submit. So beginning of the challenge, 24 hours before, the start, I think that was what the rule is, have your submission of your bike, and at the end, give it to us. Nothing in between. It's honor system. So please follow the honor system and don't say, hey, Joe, go ride my bike. You're going to go to California. Go take my bike during a challenge and come back. Let's not,
right.
Be fair. And we expect to see the bike in your pictures. So
yeah,
we're going to kind of have an idea.
All right.
So hopefully that clears up that. And the pointer, I mean, if you look at last year, you had girl and moto teams, you had a bunch of people ride loads of miles and they got nothing for it.
Well, and I think, all the teams, not just girl and a moto, but those, that team, Throttled had huge listener participation. We had an increase in listener participation. Motorcycle Men had more people riding for them. So everyone sort of picked up in the participation department, and just now this year it's going to count for more.
Yes.
Cool. All right. We had another question. Well, not a question, but this is our thoughts before we get to the submissions. Is expand a little bit on why the non-US participants are beta, and what does that really mean?
Do you want to take that one?
We are doing the non-US in beta because we have no idea what kind of questions and complications will arise from that. So we kind of need a test run.
I think that's fair enough.
And I'll even go on farther yet. Let's take last year when we had cities. Last 2 years we've had cities, and what defines a city. And we're in the same country, and each state defines it differently. And I think going back and thinking about that, Rich, when we went back the first time we went with this, you brought up that point, and we're like, we'll go.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. So
in the language alone is going to be a challenge. So you have languages that have characters outside of the 26 letters that we use, different punctuation and all of that. So how are we going to score that against our 26 letters?
Yeah, and not sure. And And then the next thing is like I was saying, now you got the United States has this thing. Now you got different countries that could be totally different. So we need a trial run to see how it runs out and see what type of also
complications and issues could arise.
and how many people participate.
Well, and we haven't put it out officially, but we will have a separate non-US leaderboard.
Correct. We will.
And I can say unofficially, we'll have something for that. I don't know what it is, but unofficially, we'll give you something.
Yes.
How about that?
Yes.
That's all I can say right now.
And for the same reasons that we just listed as to why it is limited and in beta, we are not going to allow.
Hey, you're jumping ahead.
Well, it kind of goes
okay.
together.
Yeah, it does. Go ahead. Jump ahead.
We, for this challenge, are not going to allow our U.S. riders and participants to go to international, like Canada or Mexico, to get signs. We still need to work out the translation system and how to score those.
Fair enough. Clear to me.
Yep. All right.
Okay. Now we'll get into some of the questions that have been posed to us, and some of these have been answered. So for example, we have 2 different Slack workspaces that we use for the Loud Pipes podcast and some of the other RW Studios things we have behind the scenes. And we pretty much did this before, but we want to put it all out there now. If someone asks us a question in that channel, we want to distribute it out so that everyone can get the answer. And this forum tonight and in the next, how many weeks before the challenge, John? 7?
4? 5?
Is it only 4?
Oh, before the start of the challenge?
Before the start of the challenge. May 9th.
Yeah, you're up there.
All right, something like that.
8.
2 months.
Yep.
So between now and May 9th, the podcast that we host, this live stream format and the podcast will be just clarifying rules, answering questions. If we have to have a rules change before the start of the challenge, we'll use this forum as well. And tonight, if anyone is in chat has questions, we'll take them. If you want to get on the live stream with us, we'll send you the link for the Hangout. So if you want to participate, get in the chat, say so. We'll put the link to the Hangout in there and you can join us. Make sense?
It does.
All right. Tony T asked us 5 questions. Well, they were comments and questions.
All right.
I'm not going to go through all of them because some of them don't apply, but the first one is he said that I was rocking the beard in the video. Thanks, Tony. Which I since shaved off and is sort of coming back now, but it's not like it was.
Yeah, I shaved mine off this morning.
Yeah, it was really hefty in the video.
Yeah.
Number 2, he wants us to explain the live stream video for submissions. So I will read what was sent to him and then we can elaborate.
Okay.
We said that Facebook Live is what we mean by a live video submission. So you open your Facebook app, or I think you can do it on the mobile web page as well, but you have to essentially get in Facebook, go into the Motorcycle Podcasters Challenge group, and start a live video from within the group. That starts the video and puts it into the group. If you just start a video from your home timeline or your home page, we're not going to see it. It's not going to be in there. So that's what we mean by a live stream.
Yes.
So that's the first one. And then I lost my page on the document. Yeah, we may publish a how-to guide on this if necessary. If people want that, we can do that. And the last thing was the follow-up options. So you can take an offline video. We understand people might ride into an area, doesn't have cell coverage. I get it. I don't even have a signal here in the basement. So if you don't have that, just shoot a video on your phone and upload it later as your submission. And third would be a series of photos. So photo of the sign, the bike, and yourself, all 3 together if you can get it. If not, I understand. And then what was the other thing, John? Oh, if you don't want to submit right away, because you reminded me of this a couple days ago, If you don't want to submit it right away, then obviously don't do the live stream. Do it offline and submit it later.
Correct. But note that if you hold it, there could be a chance it gets rejected. So make sure you are valid. Don't wait. And number 2, again, like you said, when you do post, please make sure you put it to the group. I know the second year we had issues where stuff wasn't being put to the site, to the group page, and we would go looking to people's personal pages to find them.
Yep.
And that takes, time on our part to do this. So please get it to the group page so we can do it. And go farther yet, kind of on the submission. When Natalie or I see the post, most likely I will do what I did last year, and Natalie will approve the signs. That's what she did last year. When you see her like and say recorded, that means that we accept it. So you're good to go. If you don't see that within 24 hours, ping us.
And don't forget email. So
Yep.
as much as we're using Facebook for the social media aspect, it is, MPC admin
Yes.
at rwstudios.com. And that is a mailbox that John and Natalie have access to.
Correct. And as we're sitting here talking, as people probably realize, I am not competing this year again. Richie nailed it on the head on the fact of saying that if I'm doing data entries or anything close, that I should not participate, and Natalie needs my help on that part. So that's where I will not be in. So I'm too close.
Okay.
Okay.
The other one was Tony was just looking for the YouTube video on his Roku device. So I had it as unlisted originally. Now it's public. So that's been taken care of. There was a clarifying question on submission, which we did earlier. And the non-US folks, we talked about that already.
Correct. Now we'll throw in the fact that he talked about a non-US podcast. Can they join? They're more than welcome to join, but we'll follow them in the same thing as a non-US folks that participate in. We will throw them in
beta.
They'll be in beta, and they will have their thing. And if they're a podcast show, then hey, then we'll do something kind of off the record for them too, as like the podcast championships of international.
Yeah.
So we might do something with an international listener and international podcast. So
yeah, and due to shipping, it'll have to be something either digital or paper in nature. Shipping any sort of trophy of any size internationally is not feasible at this time.
I'm thinking more like maybe a medallion or maybe a small plaque, something they get to keep.
Yeah, something small that's not sent around. It's
something that doesn't weigh 30 pounds.
Yep.
Okay.
I covered that next bullet about sharing with the community, so I think we can skip all that as well.
Yep.
Next question we have: do you have to decide if you're riding for a podcast or the individual trophy?
So, to answer that question, since the team is as one, you're really riding for both, unless you are a podcast host. Podcast host cannot win the individual trophy. So what's going to happen is the team's going to sit there. They're going to, you got 5 people riding for Loud Pipes. Loud Pipes win it. Rich, you get the trophy.
So I think part of what they're asking here too is, can you ride as an individual without declaring a team, a podcast team? Is that possible? No. Okay. So if you can't decide which one to pick, you're riding for Loud Pipes. How about that? John, go ahead and set that as the default, will you?
All right. Already done. Check. Yeah, because that's just how we've set it up before. So it's going to be part of a podcast. You got to help somebody out.
Yep.
So you got to give love someplace.
It is the Motorcycle Podcasters Challenge.
That's right.
Yep.
Okay. Are the point values the same as last year, John?
Yes, they are.
And where can you find what those point values are?
On the rules page.
Where is that rules page?
MotorcyclePodcasterschallenge.com/rules.
You're good. You're good.
I'm on it tonight, huh?
Johnny John, are the wheel nerds competing this year?
I have no idea. I'd love to see him come back and play, but we got to ask that question.
Let's put that on our list. Let's reach out and find out.
And I'll put it out this way: if anybody that listens to this wants your podcast, get in, talk to the host, get them in it. I mean, you heard what we talked about what the hosts have to do. They have to do four things, right? Do four things: 2 signs, 2 flash challenges. That's all they got to do. That's it.
That's it.
That is it.
You can do more, but that's the bare bones.
You can do more, and then you can leave it all to your listeners, and you can,
And technically, they don't even have to do that if they don't want the flash challenges.
Yeah, they don't have to.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a big advantage just to kick it out and just ignore.
That'd be some pretty big swagger if I just let the listeners go out and hammer it without doing anything.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
If that happens, I'm sending the trophy to the listeners. Put that out there now. All right. Scenario-based question, John.
Yes.
For this street, we have a sign that says 16th 16th EAA Street. So would only the EAA be scored, and would it count as an E name in that case?
Per rule, section 9.5 of the rules, it answers a question that says, if the street has any numeric value in it, it is not going to count. So it will not count.
So that
You can't use it.
That sign would get you a big old whopping 75 points because it's going to be rejected.
Okay, now I understand it. So if there's a number in it at all, that sign just doesn't qualify.
Unless the 16th is spelled out SIX TEE. Too many E's. Unless 16th is spelled out.
And then it would be, you'd get scored for the 16th and not the street part.
Yes. But that's a big word.
Yeah, you're probably not going to want that. I'm sure you can find something like
1
short or stop or sleep.
Yeah.
Sleep Street? That's an interesting one.
Yeah. So anything with numbers in it, we're not counting.
And along those same lines, if I have a street sign that says Old 29 Road, what would count, if anything?
Does it have a 2 and a 9 number in it?
Yeah, OLD space 29 space ROAD.
Oh, baby, you aiming for 75 points. Because that's going to be rejected.
Oh, a rejection. Okay. And that's because of rule 9.5.
Yes.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
And what I'm putting down is 75 points.
75. Get out of here. Next.
All right.
And you covered the next one. If I live in the U.S., ride in another country, does that count? No.
No, not this go round.
Not this go around. And this is probably from that wonderful, dangerous Dave from Tips from the Hammer. A Street, B Avenue. So that would be A space STREET. And another sign that says B space AVENUE. Are these legit?
Baby, you still going for that 75 points.
Man, I'd like 75, I guess.
Not if you find AAA.
Yeah, if you find one with 3 A's, then that counts. But the street name has to be 3 characters long.
Excluding
street. The type of street.
Avenue.
Got it.
And no, that did not come from Hammer.
That wasn't from Hammer Time? Okay.
Nope. That was off of Facebook today.
Well, that is all I have on the document. And for some reason, I can't see the chat on the live stream. So is there any questions in the chat?
That I have no idea. I'm not watching it.
I'm not seeing it. In the Hangout, I don't see it. If I go to the YouTube page, I can see it.
You have to go to YouTube. You have to go to the YouTube page to see it.
Well, that's dumb.
Because the Hangout is just with us.
So the chat then is just
amongst the people in the hangout.
oh, that's the hangout chat. Oh, gee, you are smart, John.
Oh man,
Now I understand. Holy cow, it all makes sense. You're right there, John. It all makes sense.
I'm so happy. Was there another rule I had? And same thing that if you watch the live video this past week with Dangerous Dave and me, when he did the Avenue A, it does not count. It has Avenue in it. Even if
And that
it's in the
gets
beginning.
removed and it leaves just the A, which is too short.
Yep. We're taking this approach of if it has it and any place in it, it's gone. And plus, why would I want Avenue in my word? I want the lowest value. That is too many points. All right. So we got anything in the live stream there, buddy?
I'm looking. Give me a second.
All right. Well, I think maybe Old Man Slacker was.
Well, I
hounding
know.
us.
Yeah, I know Old Man Slacker wanted to join the hangout. So
All
I
right.
guess the question is, does he have any questions? Does he want to join?
All right. Let me ping him on the backside and see if I find anything.
So Bronco Ride was asking, does M space NW in DC, would that work? No. Right, Natalie? Because NW is the direction.
No, it would not. That's still just one letter. 75 points.
75, Bronco. 75. Coming at you. Old Man Slacker, no questions. Thank you, sir.
Well, does he want to join? Or is he good?
And no townships.
No townships.
All right. Well, that's
Boy.
all I've got, John, unless you have more. Any other reminders? Any other tips, tricks?
I guess not. I don't know anything else.
I don't know. I
Joke
have
of the
one.
day?
Oh, Nally has one. No, we're not reading the joke of the day. Nally's got one. What you got?
If you sign up for the podcast challenge and your team that you want to support has not signed up by the close of sign up, we will be contacting you to see which team you would like to support that has signed up. Does that make sense?
Makes
It
sense.
does.
Okay.
And I will say we will try to reach them. So if you sign up for a team that has not also signed up, we will try to reach them.
Okay.
I'll do that. How about that, John? I'll take that on.
All right, you do that. You be the media guy.
So your listeners are clamoring for you to join this challenge.
They want you to join. Yeah, creative writing.
What?
Well, they got a listener signed up, and this other team I gotta think. Hang on, let me think. Oh yeah, Loud Pipes.
Yeah, I'll sign up. I'll take care of that tonight.
I mean,
Do it.
you've already got 2 people already signed up for your team. You're going to let your team down?
Can't let them down.
Hey, Kenny, the listener part is pretty much the same thing that you've had to do last year. A lot of things that have changed is on the admins, the way we score things and the way it counts towards your team's points. But as far as what you have to do, you just have to go after street signs instead of city signs.
Correct. So let me elaborate on that again with the video Rich did. Let me make sure. Number 1, we are focused. I know street signs can be busy intersections. We are concerned about that. We are also concerned about your safety. So please, first and foremost, make sure you're safe. Go get off your bike. We understand that. If you don't want to take your helmet off, we're fine with that. Just open the visor so we can see your face. Rich did a good job in his video of that when you did. Only thing I would say, Rich, is that go a little closer to the sign so we could see the street sign because it was kind of far away in that video when you did it.
Yeah. Details.
I'm just giving you critiqueness, okay? So,
Well, I realized after the fact, I should have, since I was doing a video, I should have just grabbed the bike and then turned around and walked over to the street sign.
Right. Yep.
Instead of like fumbling with my phone and it won't zoom and
Yeah. So multiple shots we're good with, and make it easy. And then I guess the other, I'd say, kind of kicker that we're going to do to make sure is flash challenge. points will be announced in the post, and we're going to give you options. I think, if I'm correct.
Yeah, you get to pick your own reward.
Yeah. So, and those do not post on Facebook. We're going to keep that closed submission and send it to the admin.
So I have to ask, did everyone see the tiebreaker?
The tiebreaker. What is a tiebreaker, Rich?
It's a runoff.
It's a runoff. It is.
It's an additional week runoff between the whoever's tied.
Correct. So one following week, we will draw 6 more letters.
That will be awesome.
And you're going to go out and do it. Now, Rich, what happens if at the end of that challenge, that runoff, you're still tied? What are we going to do there, buddy?
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Motorcycle Podcasters Challenge. God, that's long. .com/rules.
Rules. Yeah. Okay.
And I'm going to click on the rule. Oh, the rules show up for me automatically. Thanks, John. Scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
Trophies, penalties, tiebreaker.
It's tiebreaker, everybody.
So in the event of a tie, the challenge will extend for 1 week for the participants tied for first place. To keep the final results unknown, this will be closed submission. NPC admin at rwstudios.com will be the way you do that.
Correct.
And if there's still the tie after the 4th week, the team or individual that submitted all 6 first during that 4th week will be the winner.
That is correct.
Incentive for getting it done early.
So I wonder on that one. I wonder how many people are going to be going out at 10 o'clock.
I hope we have a tie this year. The runoff would be so cool.
That 10 o'clock here, they go out there and they're going, zoom.
Yeah, because we have to have one more drawing.
Yep. It is not unheard of. We literally had one submission 30 minutes after one of our live drawings.
Nice. That is very true. And it was the girl on the moto team that was out in California because it's still 6 p.m. out there.
If I remember correctly, I think it was Kim Dawson.
I think it was. It might have been.
Kim is hardcore.
Oh, she is. And what was I going to say?
I'm not sure. You didn't tell us.
I know, right?
I can't remember.
Oh, we moved it, as everybody has seen. We have moved it. The other big changes, we moved it to May. And that hopefully it is cooler for people in the South and the West. And hopefully the people in the North are thawed out and not soaked.
Yeah, hopefully they got all their bikes running by then. So I'm putting a link in the chat for sign up.
I don't have it.
Oh.
And there's a question, Rich. Now he's got a question.
Is there a link to share for signups?
Yep. I just shared it in the chat.
Awesome. Cool.
Yep. motorcyclepodcasterschallenge.com/sign up.
And we do, and I will throw out as well as we are asking for your address that is kept internally. We're not going to sign you up and send you spam mail. We're not going to send you mail addresses.
Yeah, that's just so I don't have to track you all down at the end of the challenge and be like, hey, can I have your address? Please? Please.
However, there is one email I send you. When you sign up, you are subscribed to the Motorcycle Podcasters Challenge newsletter. And that is run by MailChimp. So you have to opt in and then you can unsubscribe at any time if you get tired of seeing my emails, but that's all we use it for. That is
right. And you will get another one that and I have not done this yet. Once you sign up, I do reply back with the waiver saying that you've signed up.
Correct.
So
you and just another thing, so people aren't freaked out, when you go to motorcyclepodcasterschallenge.com/sign up, that will take you to the main rwstudios.com website, but that is where we run anything that's commerce related, because that's Squarespace's back end. So that's their protection and encryption and all that. So it's all full PCI compliant for taking money and whatnot. So the sign up form is on that side. So you'll see a URL change. Just don't be freaked out about that.
Oh, the other thing we haven't announced yet, and we're kind of slacked on this one because we got a little sidetracked. We have designed the shirts. We have the 4th annual done. We will get them up onto the store by the end of the weekend coming up. So we will get them up. And I think, did we decide on the price?
I don't know.
All right, we'll put the price up on the site.
But suffice to say, there'll be shirts. You can get them. It'll cost money.
And it will be less than $20. I'll put that much. I won't say the exact number. It's going to range. I'll put it this way. It's going to range between 15 and 20.
Yeah.
He just couldn't resist.
I know we discussed it. I just can't remember what we ended on.
I think I know what we ended on.
I'll say it.
All right. Shirts will be $15.
All sizes?
All sizes. There will be one color, which is going to be a heather gray. And the logo will be black.
Sweet.
One-sided on the front.
Cool. All right. Anything else? Any other tips?
I don't have any.
Reminders.
Sign up. That's
Sign up.
Tip.
Sign up.
Sign up is the tip. And let's see, if we don't get any other questions, we'll still probably run another podcast episode maybe in 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. If we don't have a lot of questions, if we get a lot of questions or comments, we may do another one next week. If not, like I said, be at least 2 weeks out from there.
All righty.
Cool. Thanks, John. Thanks, Natalie. Thanks, everyone, for joining us.
Thank you.
Be sure to check out motorcyclepodcasterschallenge.com. And again, all those links that we talked about, /sign up, /rules, /rules-video. And until next time, this has been the Motorcycle Podcasters Challenge podcast. That's a mouthful. Thanks for joining.